Prakash Narayan to ask you, do we need a change in rules to ensure a level playing field? The point that you said. You see, when I have BJP and Congress, they will tell me, remember what the Congress did during the emergency, or the CBI was a cage parrot when you were in power. Now the Congress will say it's an uncontrolled ED that is only targeting the opposition. Is there any space through rules, through law, to ensure a level playing field?
Rajdeep, our election commission is easily the strongest in the world for quite some time. The fear that no election commission is going to be partisan because there's no chief justice is unwarranted. For 75 years, we had elections without anybody except the prime minister choosing the election commissioners of all parties. There were, I don't want to name names, there were some very unsavory people, a bad track record appointed, but the commission and the country withstood that. Because there's a culture, there's a tradition, there's a public scrutiny of very high kind, and parties are very alert. So believing that somehow elections will be completely marred because of election commission's appointment is absolutely ahistorical without any evidence whatsoever. Second, we already have robust rules as far as the polling process is concerned, and the counting and declaration of result, etc. And there is a very healthy tradition in India of accepting the verdicts after the election is over. What is happening is before the election, all the rot is before the election, vote buying, distribution of liquor, and then, though constitutionally legally valid, excessive emphasis on short-term welfare at the cost of the long-term fiscal health of the country. And of course, dividing the people on caste, regional, religion lines, because that's the only way parties are able to mobilize. These are issues of political culture and electoral system, not the election commission or conduct of election.
No, but should the election, sir, the same election commission,
what happened in Chandigarh?
Sir, the same election commission, sir, which moves promptly to transfer officers, DGs, other officers. When it comes to the enforcement directorate at the moment seems to be a law unto itself. The moment a Shiv Sena candidate, Mr. Kirtikar, gets the nomination, within 1 hour a notice is sent to him in an old case. The CEO of a company which is also in the scam has shifted to the Shinde Sena, and he doesn't get a notice in the same case.
Rajdeep, you are basically hinting at a Bangladesh model, at least what will operate at one time, where the elected government will be out of place, and then there will be somebody else independently in charge. That's not desirable or possible in our democracy. We have to fix institutions instead of thinking of an unelected autocracy during time of election. In fact, when a former chief election commissioner made this point, when he was chief election commissioner on national television, I robustly opposed him. Because in India, time and again, the parties that were in power tended to lose elections, not win elections. Only in recent past, things have changed a little bit across the spectrum, not merely at the national level, but the state level also. So you're trying to solve a problem non-existent in India. You don't want Bangladesh solution to India's problems. We have a unique set of political challenges and opportunities. We must not borrow Bangladesh practice.
It's very interesting you mentioned Bangladesh, because Bangladesh has often seen the opposition even boycott elections in the past, claiming that they have no faith in the system. But Ajay Alok, once again you're raising your finger. You deserve the first chance, and then I'll go to the others.
I just want to say that these people are giving preachings, this Congress and Aam Aadmi Party, about the democracy, how to save democracy and what kind of institutions they want when they come into the power. Well, I'll say you again, they want a committed judiciary, they want a caged parrot CBI, and they want a caged parrot institution of this country, which is dangerous to the democracy for this country, like what you have said, what Rahul Gandhi has said. I'll give you a small example for committed judiciary. You remember Baharul Islam? 1972, he was a Rajya Sabha MP of the Congress. He resigned, was made High Court judge in Guwahati High Court, and then brought back to Supreme Court. This is the committed judiciary they have. 1975, Chief Justice of Supreme Court elevated to the Supreme Court, forgetting all the seniorities. We don't want this kind of a country now. Enough of mayhem. Now we are heading for a different India, and it's a new India. And we are not going to listen to you.
Sir,
and none people of this country are going to listen to you. You may keep on shouting.
Sir, you're saying you don't want you don't want a committed judiciary. Yesterday only there was a letter which was put out by 600 lawyers, promptly endorsed by the Prime Minister of the country. And it comes after the electoral bonds case, suggesting pressure is being put on the judiciary. So when a sitting High Court judge, in Kolkata leaves to join your party, there's no problem.
Is that a committed judiciary step?
Okay. Yes, Jasmine Shah, you respond now.
No. Is that a committed judiciary step?
I do not know. The kind of logic that are being extended by
whether the Prime Minister should intervene in the matter is another question. It is one thing for lawyers to write. The Prime Minister also seems to want to put pressure, some believe, on the judiciary as a result. But respond, Jasmine Shah.
Ajay Alok doesn't seem to either know or has a very short-term memory about the actions and the stance of BJP. This is the same BJP that, until a few years back wanted to control all judicial appointments. They brought a bill they were very strongly, they had to hear back from the Supreme Court, and that is why today things are at a collegium. Second, today so many judges are waiting for their elevation. Why? Because the central government hasn't given a nod. It is very clear that, despite all that Ajay Alok can say here, their actions are showing very clearly. Please stop yelling. Please stop yelling in between when I say. Point is that they have continuously tried controlling the judiciary. If there is one party that wants a committed judiciary, it's BJP. Election Commission, there has been a complete takeover. Just in the last 3 days, Rajdeep, let me tell you, in Delhi, the Aam Aadmi Party office is being shut. It has been geared out from all the sides by the police. Our candidates are not being allowed to go out and campaign. Why? क्योंकि बहुत हल्ला हो जाएगा, अरविंद केजरीवाल को अंदर डाल दिया. I mean, we are not even allowed to protest on the streets. But when BJP protests, they get police protection, they get support of all kinds. So every single day, police is used against Aam Aadmi Party, Election Commission is used against Aam Aadmi Party. I mean, it seems like the entire system has decided that if Mr. Modi fights Mr. Kejriwal at the similar playing ground, then Mr. Modi doesn't stand a chance.
You made your point. Shama Mohammed also had raised her hand. Let her respond. Just a minute. Shama Mohammed respond. I want a level playing field on this program, equal time. Go ahead.
I just want to tell Ajay Alok, in 2011, the CBI filed a charge sheet against Kalmadi. Which party is Kalmadi from? The Congress party, because there were allegations against him. That is how transparent the Congress party and the UPA is. Now let me talk about yours. Now you are the ones, not we, who said Ajit Pawar is corrupt. The Prime Minister, Kirit Somaya, Devendra Fadnavis. Now what happens to that? This is what is our problem. When he joins your party, he becomes clean. You are the ones who said Himanta Biswas is corrupt, not us. What happens? He joins your party, he becomes clean. Narayan Rane, you accused him of money laundering. What has happened to that? He becomes clean. In our time, whether it is A. Raja, whether it is Suresh Kalmadi, or whether it's Kandimari, we used to use the CBI to investigate everyone. There was a level playing field. You understand that?
We can.
One more thing.
Ma'am, you're saying there was a... Just a minute, Ajay Alok. Ma'am, you're saying there was a level playing field. I will have BJP leaders who will tell me, look at the way Narendra Modi was hounded. Just a minute. They will say, look at the way Narendra Modi was hounded. Amit Shah was put in jail. At that time, according to the BJP, was that evidence of a level playing field? CBI was used according to them.
So, okay, can I say about Amit Shah? Where did it come from? It didn't come from the CBI. Amit Shah came from the Ahmedabad courts. It started. Then it's the High Court which asked for a CBI investigation. Let me remind you, Rajdeep Sardesai, Gujarat High Court asked, that's when we entered. So there were cases from the state. CBI didn't just go and jump in there. That was the reason. And you know what happened with Mr. Modi also. There were cases against, he was not allowed to travel. Many countries around the world didn't want him. So, of course, we followed the rule of law. That's what we did.
Okay, you're claiming you followed the rule of law. Okay, just a minute, ma'am.
Many countries around the world don't want him.